Hello. I had several requests for a short tutorial on how to use GPower to do the sample size estimation in the Research 603 Module 1 case assignment. So I wanted to real quick go through that. The first thing we do is open up our tool. Now, what we want to do here is the first thing is we want to do a priority compute required sample size. That's the power analysis we want to do. The test family we want here is the F test. And on the statistical test, we want to go down to linear multi-regression, fixed model with R-squared increase. That's the test that we want. Now, almost everything here is where you want to leave it at. Your effect size, 0.15, is the right effect size for a medium effect. The error probability, we want the alpha set at 0.05, which just means that we want our p-value, our probability of error, to be less than that. And so that will give us a 95% power. On the number of tested predictors, okay, that's the number of, if you look at your hypotheses in your model and the number of bivariate relationships that you have, that's the number of independent variables in the model. That's the number of predictors. And then the total number of predictors is the total number of variables in the model. So up here is the IVs, and here is the total number of variables. And then we just click calculate, okay? And right here is where it tells us, in this case, we need a total sample size of 107. And this plot here gives us this, but there's a better plot. If you go down to, at the bottom, there's a block that says XY plot for a range of values, okay? And then click draw plot. And what that gives us is on a curve, what our power will be with a variable sample size. So here, if we go up this line, we see that about 107 is where our 95% line is. If you add displaying values by clicking that button right there, and then let's bring the digits down to 0 so that we can read them, all right? What this adds to the model is it gives you your power estimation for each level along your curve. So that's a neat little thing you can use. And you can just take a picture of this in your snapshot of this screen, and you can place that right in your document to show all of the values that you have. So what this tells you is that for the test that we ran, the required sample size is 107. And so what your minimum sample size for your chapter 3 will be is 107 participants, or based on GPower, or 200 participants, which is the minimum for the university. So what you want to do here, if this GPower analysis had told you needed 205, then the number of participants you would need would be 205. But since it told us that we needed a number less than 107, then the number of participants we are less than 200, then the number of participants we need is 200, which is the university minimum. And so you'll want to explain that in your narrative, but your GPower calculation, this is how you do that. And so I hope this helps. If you have any questions, be sure to reach out and let me know.